Real quickly before we start the formal program, people ask me all the time, Chief Smith or just Tom Smith, because I've grown up and lived in this city all my life. But I travel a lot of different places, and they say, you know, Chief, what's with St. Paul? How come it's thought of so highly? Why is it such a great place to live? And I tell them one simple thing: the people. People that care about their neighbors, people that care about their families, and people that are willing to go out of their way to help people they don't even know. And those are the stories you're going to get to hear this afternoon. We're going to recognize the heroism of people that help their neighbors, that help their family, and help complete strangers. They didn't have to do that. Many of us see throughout the country in the media where incidents happen similar to these, where people don't engage, they don't get involved. But that's what sets our city apart. That's why St. Paul is such a great place to live. And that's why I'm so proud of each one of you and all your family members that are here today, that, as Mayor Coleman coins it, makes St. Paul the most livable city in America. Here's kind of the ground rules of what we'll do here this afternoon. I'll read a couple of official comments here, and then what I will do is I will ask the individuals that we're going to recognize to just come up, stand right alongside me here in the podium, and I'll read the citation, give you an opportunity, if you so choose, to say a few words to the audience that's here today. If you choose not to say anything, that's just fine too, so don't feel pressure that you have to say something if you don't care to do so. With that, we gather here today to honor some truly remarkable citizens and an officer for their courageous actions. Nelson Mandela once said, "I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear." These citizens we honor today are true heroes. They did not have to do what they did. They did not get paid to do what they did, and they did it anyway. A lot of dids there. Some put themselves in harm's way to do the right thing. Some saved lives. Some foiled crimes in progress. Some gave their time and energy to help the community. But every single one of you are heroes, not just in my book, but with all the St. Paul police officers, the entire St. Paul Police Department. We are so proud of each and every one of you. With that, can I have Miss Faith Billington please come up to the podium? On May 17th, 2011, Faith Billington saw a man running in an alley with the purse tucked under his arm and get into a vehicle driven by someone else. Her intuition told her that he was part of a crime, and she was right. She followed him and made note of the license plate number and saw the suspect toss an object in a sewer. Once the vehicle parked in a driveway, she contacted police and provided them with detailed information, which assisted us. Unbeknownst to her, a woman had her purse snatched in the same area she saw the man running from. The object in the sewer turned out to be the victim's cell phone. While many people may have ignored this situation, Miss Billington chose to pay attention to detail and follow a possible criminal. Her courageous actions are admirable, and with this information she gave to our department, the suspect was convicted of simple robbery. Without her assistance, the suspect would have never been caught. I also believe that maybe one of the victims from this situation might be here today. I won't say the name, but it just shows the dedication of our citizens. This is something that Faith could have just went home. Faith didn't have to do anything, but took all those steps to make sure that we brought a suspect to justice and also recovered somebody's property as well. With that, let's give her a round of applause, and I'm proud to present her a Chief's Award. Can I have Amy Schreckengast please come up? And I don't think that John and Melissa Claire are here today, but they are part of this incident, and we'll make sure that they receive their awards as well. Congratulations for being here. On August 10th, 2011, these individuals witnessed a burglary in progress in a neighbor's garage. Miss Schreckengast quickly grabbed her camera and took photos of the suspect leaving the garage. Great thinking, by the way. When officers took statements from the witnesses, she offered her memory card from her camera to aid the police in identifying the suspect. Melissa Claire immediately called 911 and provided them with a description of the suspect. John Clare confronted the suspect at the garage and continued to follow him as he fled. John then went in with the police to track the suspect. Other squads found the suspect and held him until John arrived and positively identified him. All these individuals gave statements on how the suspect entered the garage through a construction area and what items he was trying to take. They did not hesitate to get involved to help their neighbor or their community. Their courage and determination to do the right thing is admirable and helped keep this repeat offender from committing more burglaries in the area. And I've got to tell you that your actions and what you did is what we spoke about at the beginning today. Neighbors that are helping neighbors to make sure that people that want to do bad things in our city, we're not going to put up with it. And because of that, not only did we arrest a burglar, we arrested a repeat offender burglar, someone that all of us would want off the street, and that individual was held to justice. With that, I am very proud to present today just Amy, and again, we'll get the awards to John and Melissa as well, the Chiefs Award, and let's give her a loud round of applause. I just want to say before I call the next recipients up that I want you to listen closely to this story. It's something that strikes in accord with me and some of the officers that are in this room, because as I was driving to work that day, I heard some frantic calls on the police radio by officers about an apartment complex or a multi-complex unit that was on fire, and quickly that fire was spreading. So listen closely to this story, because it's amazing effort by people that care and save the lives of other individuals. And with that, can I have Javion Jones, come on up, Javion, and also Mr. Montel Mixon, please come up to the podium. And also I want people to know that Javion is going to be receiving the Chiefs Award for Merit, even a higher award, and Mr. Mixon, as you hear this story, is going to be given the Chiefs' highest award for valor. And we don't give those out very often, but I think after you hear this story, you'll understand why. On August 16, 2011, Javion Jones was inside his house waiting for a bus to pick him and his brother Michael up for day camp. Michael's with us here today. Hi, Mike. He heard glass breaking and his mom screaming. He ran to his mother's bedroom and saw the room on fire. While trying to get his brother outside, he saw a man enter the house shouting that he was going to hurt his mom and was spraying lighter fluid all over the floors and the walls. Javion grabbed his brother and pushed him outside to safety, and then grabbed his mother's hand and tried to pull her to safety as well. The man grabbed Javion and pushed him out the door, and he locked it. Javion then ran to a neighbor's for help. When no one was there to help, he saw another neighbor, Mr. Montel Mixon, and asked him to help get his mother to safety. Once Mr. Mixon gained access to the apartment that was burning, he encountered the suspect. The suspect had locked the mother in the bathroom while he sat in the apartment as it filled with fire and smoke. By the way, I saw that smoke. It was quickly. That building was going to be engulfed with flames. Mr. Mixon attempted to get to the locked bathroom, but was blocked by the suspect, who stated to just let them burn. Mr. Mixon then engaged in a physical confrontation with the man, finally getting past him by throwing him down the stairway. He broke down the locked bathroom door and rescued the trapped, hysterical woman. Mr. Mixon made sure she and her 2 children were outside and safe before returning to the burning home to notify other tenants in the other apartments that the house was on fire. And I also, after speaking with Javion earlier, know that he knocked on some other doors as well to tell people what was going on as he was outside and locked out of the apartment with his brother Michael. Javion Jones and Montel Mixon's courageous and selfless actions that day prevented a horrible tragedy from occurring. And it gives me more than great pleasure, my friends. This is an amazing story because they truly did save the lives of others. Remember, we talked about family as well. It's about families, about neighbors, about friends helping each other in the most, what could have been horrific incident that maybe we've had in our city for a long time. With what they did, it gives me more than great pleasure to award both of them, first Javion, an award for merit, and Mr. Montel Mixon, the highest award that we can offer, a Chiefs Award for Valor. Let's give them both a loud round of applause. Take a picture with you guys.
Wrote a little acceptance speech. First of all, I just want to start off by saying thank you guys for honoring me with this award. I am blessed that everything worked out and the family is safe. I was just doing what I expect for someone to do for my family in a time of need. And again, I just want to say thank you everybody for honoring me.
It's always fantastic when we can give these awards, but it brings on sometimes even more special significance when we can give an award to someone who is also serving our country at the same time. And with that, can I have Sergeant First Class Dan Thompson please come up to the podium? I probably owe Dan lunch as well because what the award that we're going to give him happened right in my neighborhood. I drive by this stretch every day, so I really have a special thanks for Sergeant First Class Dan Thompson for what he did. On September 13th, 2011, Sergeant Thompson witnessed a citizen being robbed of his cell phone and some money by 3 juvenile males on the west side. As the robbery victim turned towards his assailants, the suspects went into a fighting stance and threatened to assault him. Sergeant Thompson quickly went to the victim's aid. When the suspects saw him approaching, they fled. Sergeant Thompson checked on the victim, then called the police and provided them with detailed information on the suspect's description and the direction that they had fled in. After meeting with police and giving a statement, he left the area and saw 2 of the suspects at a nearby bus stop. He then flagged down police who were in the area looking for the suspects, positively identified them, and both were arrested. When many people would have looked the other way, Sergeant Thompson, a busy man himself, protecting our country, did not hesitate to get involved to help this citizen. His brave actions were instrumental in preventing the situation from escalating into something worse. The 2 suspects, who were both repeat offenders, were found quickly and charged with simple robbery. With that, it gives me great pleasure to award Sergeant Thompson with the Chief's Award, and let's give him a loud round of applause. Next, could I have Miss Sarah Meggett come up? She's also going to receive the Chief's Award for Valor, highest award. And Officer John McManus. Is John with us? There's Johnny. Here's another amazing story of someone who's at home, someone who could stay nice and warm and comfortable, but saw somebody in distress and saved their life before we even got called. And then we had our officers show up as well, and it was a team effort. Both, as you will hear this citation, going into Como Lake in October, so you can imagine how cold the water was. Also the drop-offs, you can't see, and it's at night. Very dangerous situation. On October 10th, 2011, Miss Meggett heard that there was a distraught female walking near Como Lake in her nightgown. She went in search of the female to make sure she was okay and spotted her in the water about 20 feet from the shore. Even though it was cold and windy that evening, Miss Meggett did not hesitate to swim out to try and help her. The distraught woman kept trying to put her head under the water, saying she wanted to die. Miss Meggett remained with the woman and fought to keep her head above water. In the meantime, Officer John McManus responded to Como Lake on a call of a suicidal female. Upon arrival, he spotted the suicidal female in the water along with Miss Meggett, trying to prevent her from drowning. Officer McManus quickly jumped into the lake. And by the way, I don't know if you know how much gear that we wear, both that you can see and that you can't see. So going into the lake is no easy feat because it's like having lead shoes. You go right down to the bottom. Officer McManus again quickly jumped into the lake. Even though it was extremely difficult to see and move around in the murky water with his heavy equipment, Officer McManus was able to assist Miss Meggett in bringing the victim back to shore. Their quick response and selfless actions undoubtedly saved someone who was trying to end their own life. I am proud to present Miss Meggett with our highest award with the Award for Valor, and also Officer McManus with the Life Saving Award. And let's give them a loud round of applause.
I just want to thank you for this honor. It means a lot. It was kind of a hard time and it was a scary night, but I think anyone would have done what I did. I'm scared of the water, but it was just something I had to do. But I know the guys in the back there and the lovely ladies are the real heroes here. So anyway, I was wondering if I could have a hug from Javion, please.
Hug, yes. Okay, now we get to do something fun. This is about community that we're going to talk about. I'm going to talk about some friends of mine. Many of you, if you don't know or have never seen it on the media, for 11 years we've had a program called Shop with Cops. And what it is, it's a program where we take young people, which is really cool now because we have this great building of Senior Commander Axtell's, and we march across the street to Target, and we have officers that shop with young people. And the young people are not shopping for themselves, they're shopping for people in their family. That's the thing. They get to buy gifts for others in their family, and okay, at the end we probably make sure they get at least one gift for themselves as well. But the individuals, to make this work, for many years we had federal funds that we used to purchase gifts and also to make sure that everybody was fed. And we also helped to wrap the gifts at the end. And we also have many times Santa Claus and all sorts of other great things. But those funds were running out. I know that well because I used to be the commander in charge of this district. And a couple neighbors got together with me and we said, are we going to let this program just go away? Are we going to stop doing this every year? Because it's great for our officers, but it's more important for that relationship with young people being with officers on that special day. These next individuals that are going to come up ensured from the time that we first started it with one of the individuals that we've continued to get donations and we continue to organize this event every single year. We started with 30 kids back 11 years ago. We had over 250 here this year going back and forth across the street. So with that, can I have Arnie Curiel, Jeff Gardner, and Tomas Stubbe please come up here. And also Mary McDonald. If Mary, you can come back from hiding back there. Mary's one of our support staff, always helps us with everything, and you'll hear that in a second. Again, all people I'm very proud of and proud to know, and I'll read the official citation. On December 10th, 2011, the 11th annual Shop with Cops event was held at the Midway Target in the Western District. Over 200 children were able to partner with our St. Paul police officers to purchase gifts for family members. As I noted, this event started in 2000 with approximately 30 children participating and has proven to be an annual event which goes a long way to building trust and positive relations between our community and the police. Shop with Cops is a year-long planning event, so it just doesn't, we don't just get donations to have 250 kids be able to go. We have to work, and these individuals have to work really hard to make sure that every year we can continue to do this event. I'll go individually here. First, Mr. Arnie Curiel. Arnie's been involved with Shop with Cops since we first started, since our inception. He's an amazing young man and a good friend. He has been active in every role throughout the years. He has taken on much of the overall coordination and gathers over 100 community volunteers for the event every single year. He also works closely with the St. Paul Public Schools to gather names of children who have a need for this event. He actually has a website. He's actually kind of coined the term Shop with Cops, and it's actually patented it now, so we got to be real careful. And other people from throughout the country. By the way, we're the first department to do this. Other departments throughout the country call all the time and say, how do you put this together? Well, we get to put it together because an individual, he doesn't work for the St. Paul Police Department. He used to be a weed and seed coordinator when we had some funds, has stayed committed, works at the, in Minneapolis at the U, but comes back every single year. His brother's a police officer with our department. He grew up in Frogtown. He gets it. He gets community. So with that, I'm going to give Arnie a Chiefs Award, and we'll do this individually as I do that. So let's give Arnie a round of applause too. Next is Mr. Jeff Gartner, known as the laundry doctor. Just a little PSA there. Jeff is somebody who has really helped when I thought this program was going to go away to keep this thing going. Not only personally donating money and funds and talking with other businesses in the community to donate food and other things, he's been a godsend. He truly has. He's come up with ideas. He gets to use me for fundraising at some fun events in the community here. We do them locally, and he's just done a fantastic job. He's very committed. Jeff has been important with and active with Shop with Cops since 2006, and he also serves on the Shop with Cops committee. He has used his business connections and knowledge to make this a successful yearly event. The success of this event depends on community donations, as I've noted, for funding. Mr. Gardner spends a lot of his time throughout the year raising funds, which includes but is not limited to the breakfasts and dinners that he hosts, where I can go and ask people for donations. And again, if it wasn't for Jeff and Arnie, I really believe that the program probably would have gone away. But they've been committed every single year because they know that our youth are our future and that relationships are really important. So with that, let's give Jeff a round of applause. You know, one of our partners is Target, and they've been an important part from the 11 years ago when we first started Shop with Cops. They do a fantastic job. We had to go to them and ask them, hey, do you want to be part of this program with us? And you know, it's difficult because we all know with the economy that a lot of people go a lot of different places and ask for things. But Target has always been an unbelievable, not just corporate partner, but community partner with the St. Paul Police Department. The next individual, Mr. Tomas Stubbe, works for Target. He's our liaison, and he's been an excellent partner since 2009. He also serves on the Shop with Cops committee. He attends all the planning meetings and fills a very necessary role as a liaison between the St. Paul Police Department and our Midway Target store across the street. The Midway Target has proven to be an invaluable partner throughout the year. Their very generous financial and product donations make this event possible each and every year. And I just want to say one more thing about Target and Tomas. You know, when you have 250 kids, it's a lot different than 30. By the way, it used to give me a lot of gray hairs. I wash them out, but a lot of gray hairs because we would have to bus kids before we had this facility. And if you lost a kid in the store, you can imagine, because we got to get them back to their parents, how stressful that could be. But Target was always great about that. And with 250 kids, sometimes, even with all the donations, and we made a lot of money this year, sometimes at the end maybe we might run a little bit over. But Tomas and his staff at Target, they're always there to make up the difference. So nobody goes away unhappy, not one person. They all get the gifts for their family, and they all get to usually get a gift for themselves. And I want to thank Target and specifically Tomas for being such a great partner. With that, we're going to give him also a Chiefs Award. Let's give him a loud round of applause. And last but not least, by any means, I want to talk about our own employee, Mary McDonald. Can you imagine this building? By the way, this entire building, this floor, none of you have got to see the garage next door. We take all our vehicles out. There are tables twice as long as this, and actually run the entire gamut of our garage where there are gift wrap volunteers. I don't know about you, but I can't wrap a gift at all. But there are gift wrap volunteers from the community. Across on the other end of the garage, we have tables as long as the garage that have food and other refreshments for all the young people that come back, and along with their parents who come here. So everybody gets fed, whether it's pizza, whether it's Subway sandwiches. We have a lot of different partners that donate food as well. On top of that, we have people that's milling around, different things going on in the garage, people running through here. We have to check everybody in, check everybody out. It's amazing. They get tags, so nobody gets lost like we did early on, like I spoke to you about. Everybody's got a tag around them with the officers, and sometimes they have 2 or 3 kids with them. We got to have somebody that does all that, right? Somebody that sets everything up. Somebody makes sure the parking lot and everything is ready for that special day. We even have a roll call. We had over 100 police volunteers, police officers, that went and shopped with kids along with different community members. There's one person that really organizes a lot of that for, I know, Senior Commander Todd Axtell, who is the commander of this district. And that's this lady right here, Mary McDonald. She gets it. She's also a reserve with our department, and Mary has taken on this event planning role since 2010, so she's getting pretty good at it, especially as it's grown so large. She has volunteered a lot of her own time. This is not on work time. She's volunteering her time to work on the parking, the traffic, the district setup, and take down all those things that I just mentioned, in addition to many other logistical functions which help make this event such a success. We would not have such a successful event without the dedication and commitment of all of these individuals. I am happy to present all of them, and I already told you, with the Chiefs Award. And Mary, I'm going to also award her with the Chiefs Certificate of Appreciation. So let's give Mary a round of applause as well.
You know, I actually just want to say a couple things. First of all, the only kid we ever lost was under the care of Chief Smith at the time. Other than that, this event really isn't possible without the volunteers from the St. Paul Police Department and the community members that step up. While we may do some of the organizing and that stuff like that, it's really because of the St. Paul Police Department, the St. Paul Public Schools, and the kids that come and the parents that are there. And for me, I'm just honored that I'm mentioned even in the same breath with all these other people that received the award prior to me, because to me that's what St. Paul is about, that community that you guys do and continue. I haven't lived in the city of St. Paul now for about 4 or 5 years, but whenever anybody asks me where I'm from, I tell them I'm from Frogtown. That's where I grew up, and that's what community is about. Thanks.
Well, we've got to hear some amazing stories today. I hope that you'll take a couple seconds for all of you to congratulate all of our award recipients here today. We've got cake, we've got coffee and refreshments for everybody, so if you can stick around for a little bit and celebrate with us, we'd really appreciate it. Thank you for taking time out of your day, for being here. From all of us at the St. Paul Police Department, thank you to all of you for what you do to help make our city a safer place, and God bless you all. Thank you.